too long. And it goes almost like off and on again, off again, on again. And they were just kind of really getting tired of this whole process. And finally today, and I saw in the faces of our people out there in the chapters, it didn't matter whether they were voting for Begaye Nez or Shirley Benali. And so they were just happy that they were able to cast a vote today, and the candidate of their choice. And so that's the way it should be every 4 years, without any kind of hitches here and there. And like I said, we're going to fix the election process, because it is not fair for anyone, those that cast vote and those that did not, and those that wanted to but did not. That we need to make sure that that this process is fixed, because now we know that it is broken, and whatever is broken really causes hardship on our people, and a lot of division and heartaches. And so we should not ever put our people in that position again. So because of that, we're making a commitment to making sure that that change comes about.
So how soon do you hope to tackle that?
Well, as soon as we get into office, and that'd be one of those, we'll probably form a task force and get people to come to the table and say, okay, what do we need to do, what needs to be fixed, and how do we go about making this. Maybe we might even come up with a new process of electing our leaders.
Okay. I would think that's going to take a lot of communication with the council to get.
Well, absolutely, because when I say task force, I'm talking about putting the right people on the task force so that we can all be on the same page. And that for too long we've done things separately, the executive over there and the legislative and the judicial there. We need to come together and work together and make this a really good process that year after year our people will be confident that what we went through will never happen again.
So did you ever imagine this night would come when you filed your candidacy papers a year ago?
Well, I guess every person that runs expect to be in my position. It doesn't matter who it is, all 17 that ran this time. I think all 17 expected to be elected, and not just one of those. And I think we had a really good strategy, a good plan. I think the big thing for us was that we had really solid plan in place, a good, strong platform, and then I think we did a really good job in expressing that out there and laying out before the people, because one of the things that people kept saying is that you guys were not talking just on the surface, but you were digging down deep into the root problems, and you were bringing those out and addressing how those things will be fixed. So it's about thinking not on the surface, but thinking deep into the issues, and then how we can move the nation forward. And I think that really resonated with our voters out there, and as a result, you see the result. And the one thing I didn't anticipate is just a margin that we saw tonight. I was expecting a much closer vote, and I think the reason why is because the people just want change. They want to see something different and new, and they want to move forward with it. And I think that's what they saw in Jonathan tonight.
Thank you.
Mr. Begaye. I wanted to ask you some questions. I'm with the Gallup Sun and also with a radio station. And I wanted to ask you about your platform regarding climate change. There's been a lot of that in national news. California only has 1 year left of water. And there is concern by several groups. So you have a group of young Navajo men and women walking across the reservation talking about the water, about the fracking. People that are very concerned. And what have you heard, and what will you be doing about fossil fuels?
As I've said before, addressing this particular dilemma that's coming our way, is that we are not prepared as a nation for it. And so we need to be drilling more wells. We need to really fight for our water rights, and we need to start storing our water. Some of the water that we've been allocated already is flowing down the river. It's one of those things where you don't use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. But some of the cities are taking the water that's flowing down, and they're piping it into cisterns, into aquifers, and they're refreshing it because they know the drought is coming. And we should be doing the same thing. We see $2 to $4 billion worth of water that flows downriver that we're not utilizing. That's from the San Juan River settlement. So we need to pipe that into our aquifers and refresh them so that we have water for the coming drought. And the drought we know is coming. And because you see the sandstorm that is now very frequent, and so a lot of vegetations are dying out there, and you see during the summer months, our wild horses, cattle, and other livestock, we know that they're suffering from lack of water, and it happens every summer. So if this hits us and it's longer, then it's really going to really impact our way of life. So we need to do the things that I just mentioned, which is start drilling more wells, start storing our water, and start refreshing our aquifers, because we have the water and we just need to utilize it. And that's what we have not done yet. So we're not prepared for the drought. Yeah.
So then, regarding the border town issue too, that has received national attention also. You know, the name of Drunk Town USA, and how your people, the Navajo people, are being portrayed. How is your administration going to work with the border towns?
Well, first of all, we pour millions and millions of dollars into border town. Our taxes are holding up the economy in the border towns, and it is the Navajo dollar that is making those towns, Farmington, Gallup, Winslow, Holbrook, Page, Cortez, Flagstaff even. It is Navajo dollar that is making those economies thrive. And if you were to remove the Navajo dollar from Gallup, for example, I believe that they will bankrupt. And so what I'm saying is that the people that are there, they need to recognize that it's Navajo dollar that is sustaining them. And so we need to partner, and they need to put those tax dollars on the table and start coming and start working with us and putting together programs that are viable, that really meet the need of our people, whether it's street people or people that are going to school in those towns, and then plus and Navajo businesses are being started. Is that they need to work along with our small business owners in these border towns. So because again, it is our tax dollar that flows from the nation into these border towns that is making them what they are today.
So you support the small businesses, Navajo small businesses, and what will you be doing for Navajo small businesses? Because it seems like all the administrations have all just concentrated on Peabody Coal Company, all of these large companies, corporations, and small Navajo small businesses are barely making it. They very little support, over $1 million spent on putting together one small business on the Navajo Nation.
Well, the thing with small businesses, we need to put in place a system where we need to start loaning money to people to entrepreneurs, and we're not doing that. And so we've tried it in the past, but we did, I believe, in the wrong way. We used the wrong strategy, but now we need to help these businesses. Anyone that's starting up a business, we need to walk with them all the way from how to market, how to assess additional funds, and then how to make it grow and multiply beyond the one store or the one business that they're starting. And so it's to walk with them step by step all the way through the process. So that's, to me, is critical in helping the small business owners. The other one is the Navajo Business Opportunity Act. We don't enforce it. I started amending that while I was council delegate, and we didn't complete it because we got hung up on certain aspects of it. But now we're going to tackle it and make sure that the Navajo Business Opportunity Act is working and it is being utilized by our small business owners. So that's critical to us. Thank you. Go ahead.